Good morning, everybody. I just knocked over my coffee, so I feel Hi guys, I'm Christine Enderby from Utilities Admin, and I'm up here to share my story. I actually had a stroke about 2 months ago. So I'm not even yet 40. It's getting close. But so this wasn't even something on my radar. It wasn't something I even knew about or expected. I mean, as you can see, I'm not left with any permanent disabilities, thank God, and I'm so grateful for that. I think maybe some memory loss, or I can at least blame it on that, but I don't know, maybe that was the way it was before. So anyways, since I do feel so grateful and I am so happy to have not had anything, permanent, any paralysis or worse, I just kind of thought it was a good idea to spread the word about stroke signs and symptoms and what you should kind of be aware of. So here I go, this is my story. Basically about 2 months ago I was on the way to work, and for me, work is about a 45-mile drive. So, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes into it, I'm driving and I'm trying to move my hair or itch my nose or whatever, and I was just missing the mark. And I'm like, oh, that's so weird, okay. And it's like 5:30 in the morning, so I'm like, all right, whatever. And I did it again, and I thought, well, that's really strange. So keep driving, going to work, and I'm drinking my protein shake and having a tough time swallowing, and I just kind of mark it up to, okay, maybe I tried to breathe and swallow at the same time. Still, I'm thinking, okay, weird. Get to work, and then finally I'm getting off the bridge, braking, and I'm like, wow, my leg is super heavy. So thinking, I don't know, maybe my pants are too tight. It's just all weird. So it wasn't until really I got to work and I was talking to Ravine and realized it was taking everything I could to just get my words out and not sound like I had just been drinking all night. And that's basically how I felt. I felt really kind of drugged, like it was an effort to make sense. And so then a few minutes later I was talking to Vic and Marites, and I'm like, I just don't feel right. And I was telling them about what it was, kind of how my arm and my leg, and I just feel out of it. And I'm like, do I sound weird to you? And Vic had said this sounded like someone he knew who had these kind of symptoms, and it turned out to be like this mini stroke. And I'm like, okay, that's not it. I'm fine. It's just weird. I don't know. I'm having an off day. So I go back to my desk, and I'm like, well, I don't feel right. Maybe I'll just go to urgent care and just, check that off the list. So I go to urgent care. A couple hours later, a few tests later, I'm waiting for another test or whatever, and the doctor's like, I'm sure you're fine, whatever, you're young, you don't have any pre-existing conditions. And then he calls me. I was waiting and trying to have breakfast. That didn't work out, because he called me. He's like, your MRI showed a small spot on your brain, that you had an event. So this is not the event I wanted to be part of, let me just tell you. I was like, an event? What? Yeah, so you had an actual stroke. And it's just surreal. I'm like, okay, I think I'm in shock. Kevin, my husband's with me, and he's really worried and concerned, and I'm like, this is weird, as time's going on, I'm feeling a little bit better. So, anyways, I just wanted to share the stroke symptoms with you, so in case you have these odd feelings, or someone that's having, telling you about these symptoms, that, you can help them and be a stroke hero like Vic was for me. So, anyways, I didn't really know much about stroke. I kind of was confused and getting it confused with heart attack. Well, really, a stroke, it's a brain attack, and every second that your brain is starved of oxygen, you have about 23,000 brain cells that die, and you just really don't get those back. So. Also, it's the 5th leading cause of death in America, and the leading cause of adult disability. So these are all things I didn't know, but I'm just sharing these not so fun facts with you guys. 80% of strokes are preventable, so take care of yourself. Eat your fruit and veggies, move your body, don't smoke, don't drink too much alcohol. If you have kids, I understand, but balance it out. Every 40 seconds, somebody has a stroke, and 1 out of 6 people will have a stroke in their lifetime. And a lot of them, people don't realize they don't get it checked out because it can be so mild. But anyway, so the acronym for the stroke symptoms is B FAST. So B stands for balance. If you've lost your balance or whatever, then that's kind of obvious to know. E stands for eyes. If you've lost a little vision, if your vision's blurry, if you have double vision, those all are not good signs, so be alert of that. F is for face. They have you do this test and smile, basically. So if one side of your face is drooping and isn't smiling like matching the other side, that's a sign something's off. And A is for arms. They have you put your arms both straight out. And if one is, drifting down, or if you're having trouble, managing it, or in my case, it was just off. I mean, I was trying to scratch here and I was over here. So loss of coordination. S is for speech. So if it's slurred, if you can't speak, and for my personal story, I just really had to try to make sense with my words. I wasn't necessarily slurring, but I knew something was not right. And lastly, T. T stands for time. Like I mentioned, 23,000 brain cells die every second that your brain is deprived of oxygen. So be fast, get to the doctor, urgent care, hospital, if you have any of these. So time is essentially equals brain. So again, I'm totally lucky and thankful to be able to walk away from my stroke, and basically I have to take an aspirin every day, and that's not so bad considering what a lot of people go through. So just remember, strokes happen to anyone, and just be aware and be fast. Oh yeah, I emailed everybody, so hopefully it's happening right now, my little guide. So hopefully if you want to print it out or take it home or share it with somebody, post it on Facebook, whatever, so that people just kind of have an idea. Anyways, thank you. Thank you.
Christine, thank you so much for sharing that. And I think we also want to thank Vic. We think he might have been pretty instrumental in saving her, but he recognized the symptoms and he gave her an aspirin, and she took it. So our next speakers are Eric Tolley.